Good morning, guys. I'm back at you with another video, and I hope that everyone's having a good morning today. I hope all of you guys are subscribing to me because, man, I've been dropping a video every single day, and I can't really say that for too many of these entrepreneur online guys who do this type of work. And I've really been making time to drop free sauce every single day, so I would highly encourage subscribing to me. But today we're going to be going into something that I've never done before, and this is literally going to be a step-by-step playbook into building a $10,000 a month social media marketing, organic marketing agency within just 7 days. And I'm literally going to drop the blueprint for you guys because if I knew how to do this stuff when I started out, and I'll give a little bit of background about myself, then this would have been a different story for me. I would be in the tens of millions by now, not just at a couple million. So to start off with, this is going to be a wake-up call for a lot of you guys. This is going to be tough love. I'm not going to be sugarcoating it like a lot of these guys do. I'm going to be laying it out exactly how it is, and it is that you guys need to take action. You need to start now. You can't just keep delaying. You can't keep watching YouTube videos just hoping that eventually you're going to find the right thing. If you want to start making money online, you have to start now. So a little bit of background about myself. I started doing social media marketing when I was probably around 16 years old, almost 17. I'm 22 years old now. And at the time, I was working a job at a retail boating store. So I had no experience with any of this. And I kind of decided to dip my feet into drop shipping. Super unsuccessfully. I did not do anything with drop shipping that ended up being successful. Just wasted a lot of money. And eventually decided to start doing meme pages on Instagram because in my eyes, meme pages were fun. I wasn't really expecting to make crazy money from them, but it was more just for the fun of it. And over time, I learned how to grow these accounts on Instagram. I became super familiar with the social media algorithms, primarily Instagram, and this skill became very transferable as I was eventually able to use it to build up my marketing agency. And so in the first 6 months of doing this, I made about $2,000, next to nothing. The next 12 months after that, I made probably $100,000, give or take, maybe $80,000 to $100,000. And the year after that, I ended up doing my first $1 million year. So, like I would say to anyone, this is something that takes time for sure. But if you use the right guidance and you take the right steps to actually working hard and putting in the work and learning from someone who knows what they're doing, such as myself, and all of this free sauce I'm going to be dropping in this video today, then you guys have a lot higher of a chance of succeeding in a timely fashion. And in this case, I can literally guarantee that those of you who actually take this seriously, who put in the work for the next week, are going to build something that is sustainable long term, and you'll get to that point where you're at 10,000 a month super quickly. So let's get into the real content. Let's discuss this here, and let me break it down step by step for you guys to replicate. So let's assume if you're watching this video, many of you haven't started yet probably. You've probably watched hundreds of YouTube videos similar to this, and at this point, maybe you're even at the point where you're about to give up, or you've tried doing this before and unsuccessfully have decided that it's not for you. So I guess in my case, I'd like to frame that if you think you're starting late right now, if you think that you're going to be unsuccessful because you're not starting at the right time, you're wrong. There's never going to be a right time. You could continue watching YouTube videos forever, continue thinking about starting, but if you don't just start, you're never going to start, and you're never going to be successful at this. So frame it like that. Today is day one. Are you going to let this be another day one every single day, or are you going to start today and make something memorable in this next week? So it's super simple. I would say with an SMMA, you don't even need a website. In this case, we're going to go without a website. We're going to say all you need to do is go set up a social media account. Go set up some super simple graphics and just make it look professional. Make it look professional enough that you can throw your Instagram social media marketing agency account in your personal account's bio, because you just want to have something that people can reference when you're reaching out to them. I'm going to show what mine look like right here. My agency is called Aspire Marketing. I also have my Aspire Giveaways agency accounts. I'm going to show both of them just to kind of give an example of what mine look like. So next, I want you to think of 2 or 3 niches, as a lot of people say, that you have knowledge in. These could be things as simple as entrepreneurs, OnlyFans models, med spas, literally anything. It doesn't matter. Think of something that you have knowledge in or that you think that you could learn about super quickly. You're going to come up with a pro and cons list of running marketing for each of them. So in this case, think of pain points. Think of things that people in these niches struggle with. In my case, I think of OnlyFans models. They struggle with exposure, going viral on social media. So in my case, that could be something that they need help with. They need help marketing themselves. Entrepreneurs, same exact deal. The cons of working with entrepreneurs, maybe you have to produce something for them marketing wise that produces results for their info products, or like selling something. So you have to be able to produce objective results for them. There's pros and cons for every different area that you could possibly work in. But in this case, we're focusing on just picking a couple different niches and basically narrowing down to one. And eventually you're going to narrow down to the one that you think that you have the most expertise in, you have the most interest in, and basically something that you wouldn't mind reaching out to those people and actually trying to build like some type of legitimate relationship with them, and then eventually offering them a marketing service. So in this case, I work with OnlyFans models for the most part and entrepreneurs, but there are so many different examples of people that you could work with. You could work with people who do sports betting. You could work with trendy e-commerce stores. There's a million different examples. But at the end of the day, I just want you to come up with 2 or 3 of them, make a list of pros and cons for each, and narrow it down to one. This does not have to be your final idea. This doesn't have to be the thing that you're going to have as your end-all be-all, but let it be something to start with, because like I'm emphasizing, you just want to start. So we're going to do this in a very simple fashion. The next thing you're going to do once you have that actual topic or area of focus selected is you are going to create marketing bundles for them. 3 different marketing tiers. In this case, you just want to think of a list of things that you can deliver for that niche. So like I said, when we're talking pain points, we're talking about things that people in that area typically struggle with. And you want to be that end-all solution for them, where you reach out to them and you're able to cover all the things that they struggle with. So it can be literally anything that would help out their brand. You don't have to think of these like crazy elaborate marketing solutions. Like at the end of the day, it's so simple to think up stuff. All you have to do is go on Instagram or TikTok and look at people who are successful in that space. If you're looking to work with people who sell sports betting picks, go on TikTok, go on Instagram and find people who sell sports betting picks with big followings and look at what they're doing correctly. Look at the way that they're doing their content, the way that they structure their story posts on their personal brand, all of that stuff. Because at the end of the day, you can just take things that these people are doing successfully and integrate those into your offer and basically construct an offer that is curated for people who are unsuccessfully marketing themselves on Instagram and the different things that you can do to improve what they're doing. And it doesn't have to be super elaborate. Like I said, you just want to come up with 2 or 3 different tiers at the end of the day, which are basically your offers when you're reaching out to these people. So a lot of times, like I said, very simple. It can be literally just quality of content that you're helping them to improve, content reproduction where you're blasting their content all over social media. You can be doing editing jobs for them, constructing their funnels, email marketing, copywriting. There is a million different things. And you really don't have to be an expert in any of this, because what we're going to get into next is going to simplify the whole process for you. So your goal is going to be to create 3 marketing tiers that you're going to be able to retain your clients for on a monthly basis. And so I'm going to give an example, an exact example actually, of what my marketing tiers look like. So as you can see here, this is going to be a list of my 3 marketing tiers that I offer when I reach out to OnlyFans models. Super, super simple. All I do is mass blast their content across different platforms. I'm not doing anything elaborate. I'm not working with any crazy skill set that you guys don't have. This is all stuff that you guys could do yourselves if you wanted to just copy me, as a matter of fact. And I'm really not preventing you from doing that. If you want to copy me and you want to work with OnlyFans models, here's my pricing structure. Here's everything. You could go undercut me for all I care. At the end of the day, I have an amazing system in place. I'm not worried about competition because I know that there's enough business in this industry for everyone. And so I want to talk about my 3 tiers because, as you can see, as the price point increases, so does what they're actually receiving, and it increases a lot more than the price point does. So as you can see, it's highly incentivizing them to sign up for my highest price tier. And at this tier list, I'm showing you literally what I work with. My 67 OnlyFans clients at the moment are all part of this pricing structure and on this bundle, and I'm closing around $115,000 to $120,000 a month just through this pricing structure and these bundles of marketing right here. And it's copy and paste, the exact same thing for every single client I work with. And so I want to remind you, don't get caught up on this. Don't get caught up on the tiers. Don't get caught up on the niche you're working in. None of that. Remember, SMMA is trial and error. You are going to learn, you're going to fail, you're going to expect failure, because at the end of the day, if it was super easy, everyone would be doing it. So I don't want you to overthink things. I want you to come up with your niche, come up with your 3 different marketing bundles and basically tiers that you're going to be offering, and compile them all in a PDF or some type of graphic, make it super visually user-friendly, and just move on. Because next we're getting to client acquisition, and this is the part that 99% of people fail with because they honestly just get lazy. And I don't want you to be part of that statistic. I want you to be an outlier. So to start with, cold calls, cold emails, worthless. We're gonna disregard those completely. You are reaching out to someone to help them with their Instagram presence in this case, or their social media presence. So what better place to reach out to them than social media? That's where they're active, that's what they care about. So in my case, I'm gonna tell you to go fully in on Instagram outreach, just cold DMs. And no, I don't want you to be a copy and paste demon like some of these guys out there. I want you to come up with an original, unique strategy, because I can tell you, I get probably 100 DMs a day from these copy and paste guys. I don't pay any mind to that. I don't even respond to them 90% of the time. And when I do, it's just to tell them I'm not interested. So don't be stuck like everyone else sending the exact same message. My advice is to be unique. Make a goal to reach out to 100 people every single day. That's gonna take time. You need to spread it out so your account doesn't get message blocked. But I want you to reach out to 100 people every single day. So over the course of the week, you're gonna reach out to 700 people. That's a ton of people, a ton of leads. The criteria for this, the people you're gonna reach out to, it's very simple. People who are lacking the overall social media knowledge. Maybe that means they lack a professional appearance on their social media account. Maybe they're struggling with content, or their views aren't super high. Mostly creators with low engagement, accounts with low followings. You're just reaching out to people who haven't figured it out yet, because you are going to be that holy grail that figures it all out for them. And the common theme, it's just people who don't really understand how to organically grow their accounts, because you don't even need to understand it at this point in time, but you're gonna learn it and you're gonna teach them basically how to do it for themselves, and you're gonna grow their accounts for them. So you're gonna be that holy grail, like I said, for them. And how are you gonna outreach? You're gonna start by following these accounts. You're gonna be liking their posts, commenting on their posts, basically just showing some type of genuine love to their account, and then you strike. You reach out to them, and your goal is to in some way impress them, show them that you're interested in what they're doing, and boost their ego, because ego is everything. So an example of that, maybe reaching out to a sports betting guy and saying, yo, James, like, you're killing it with the sports betting picks. Dude, like, you don't get the love on social media you deserve. Just something to say, like, he's killing it with what he's doing, but he does deserve more exposure. And it's basically highlighting the fact that he's not receiving a ton of organic attention at the moment. And granted, yes, people are gonna see through this as a marketing pitch, probably some of the time at least, but if you're lucky, a majority of people won't see through it as that, so they'll respond out of interest in just responding to you. And people who do see it as a marketing pitch might respect, and likely will respect, the fact that you're reaching out to them with some type of creative approach and not just copy and pasting like everyone else. So I want to frame this. If you're reaching out to 100 people a day, what if 10 people respond? Only 10 people respond. Well, that's 10 people. And what if 2 of those 10 people are interested in your marketing services? Well, you might be thinking to yourself, oh, that's only 2% of people, like, that's a nightmare. But that's 2 people every single day. Even if those 2 people signed up, then you could have multiple thousands of dollars a month in marketing retainers opened up just from that. So you really have to frame it in the fact that you don't need a huge hit rate. You don't need to close a crazy number of people. You just need 1 or 2 people a day even, and you could have a super successful agency infrastructure built out from that. So, like I said, it's all trial and error. You're gonna be improving, you're gonna be getting better as you do it. Your outreach methods will get better. You'll get better at texting these people, but at the end of the day, it's not your goal to be perfect from the jump. You're just trying to improve as you go and adapt your outreach strategy. So, by the end of the first week, let's assume you have 10 people who have expressed interest in what you have to offer. You've managed to be good enough to at least get them to that point. Now comes the fun part, closing these clients. And I tell everyone, it takes 100 things to close a sale and 1 thing to kill a sale. And it's really because people are always going to be risk aversive. It's human nature. People are looking for a reason not to do something. And so all you have to do is give them 1 reason not to do it, but 100 reasons to do it. So in this case, we're talking about trust and basically getting people to actually trust that you're going to deliver a successful service. So the biggest tip that I can give here is just to underpromise and overdeliver. You want to set the bar at a bare minimum of what you know you can deliver, and always keep these clients on their toes. Make them happy with the results. You want them to be ecstatic with the results that you're delivering. So be honest with these people. Maybe tell them that you've worked relentlessly to build out some marketing system, but you're looking to just implement it on your first few clients. And the best way to do this is basically tell them you want to use them as a future case study and that you're willing to offer a crazy discount for their first month and undervalue your services as an attempt to show that you're going to deliver something of value to them. And you could go as far as offering guarantees to them, which I would recommend. Say if your views don't double in the next 30 days, I'm going to offer you a free next month to work with me and make sure that they do in that next month. So doing anything to basically show good faith in your services and show that you're willing to work for them until you're able to make them successful, it's going to be a no-brainer for these guys because they want to work with someone who they know actually cares about what they're doing. So assuming you're closing your first 3 clients, let's say, out of those 10 people that respond and are interested out of the 700 messages you send, leave it there. Close 3 clients. Don't keep trying to scale. Don't keep trying to go nonstop. You want to leave it at that point and work with those 3 clients, and you want to see those 3 clients become successful because at that point, your entire focus becomes fulfillment. You want to turn these 3 clients into amazing case studies, and you want to be able to show them off in the future to other people who are reaching out to you or who you're reaching out to sell other marketing services to. So at this point, the goal is to build a sustainable agency. You want to be at that $10,000 a month mark consistently before you scale. And so in this case, you're working on client retention. You're working to make these clients as happy as they can possibly be with the service that you're delivering. And so then once you've made sure that these clients are receiving exactly what you've promised them and more, and that you're able to retain them month to month, then you go to scale. And you have 2 major options when it comes to scale. You can scale vertically or horizontally. In this case, I will always encourage horizontally. And basically the difference is that vertically means acquiring more clients, horizontally means just acquiring more services and more monthly retainers through your existing clients. And I would say scaling horizontally always makes more sense. In this case, I would rather make $50,000 a month with 10 clients than making $100,000 a month with 100 clients. Because you have to deal with 10 times as many clients to make twice as much money, it just doesn't make sense. Your system's gonna have to be a lot more elaborate. You're gonna have to have a lot more employees. Just the fulfillment becomes a nightmare. Whereas if you're able to scale up with only 10 clients to that $50,000 a month mark, it makes so much more sense and it's so much more manageable. And I think that really at the end of the day, guys, the biggest takeaway that I want to leave you guys with is just that you need to just get started. You could go sit there, you could go watch 1,000 more YouTube videos, and you could continue to convince yourself that eventually you're going to find this holy grail industry to get started in and that you'll make so much money. Eventually will never come. You're never going to find that perfect time, and eventually you're just going to realize that it's not for you if you don't have the mindset to just get started. There's never going to be a right time. There's never going to be that time that's like perfect. Today's the right time. Today is day 1. Day 0. Phrase it like that. If you don't get started today, when will you get started? So I want you to take this next week. I want you to put your head down and I want you to entirely focus on everything I just laid out in this blueprint. Because at the end of the day, this could be the week that changes your life for all you know. You could onboard 3 clients in the next week, get your agency to the point where you're making $10,000 a month in this first week. And then what? This could become your full-time job. So I want to leave you guys with that. Obviously, it's a lot of rambling today, but I am here to spread information. So I want you, if you enjoyed the content in the video today and you want to learn more from me, leave a subscribe below and check out the description as well. I'm going to be linking my coaching program for those of you who want to scale up your agency over the next 3 months with my personal guidance. I will walk you through step by step. I'll work with you every single day, every single week. We do weekly coaching calls and everything. And yeah, this is for you guys who are willing to put in the extra work and want to work directly with me as someone who's making over $100,000 a month doing this stuff. So I'd encourage you guys, take this opportunity. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime, and that is just to get started and to change your life. And no one else is going to force you to do it, but I'm here to show some tough love and tell you it's never going to happen if you don't just start. So best of luck, guys. I'll see you in the next video, dropping every single day. You guys have a great day. See ya.